How's it going there today, everybody? This is Michael out in Maui. Aloha. So if you've been enjoying all the content that I've been putting out, I recommend subscribing to the channel. By subscribing, you'll be notified every single time I put out a new video. At the moment, putting out 3 videos a week, straight throwing tutorials. So today I wanted to talk about throwing the forehand and what are the legs doing. So when you're throwing forehand, let's say a long distance shot, full power. When you run up, a lot of guys, when they run up and you just step straight out, throw the disc. It's fine to step straight out throwing a forehand. A lot of times the foot is facing open, like you don't step out closed perpendicular foot, you step out with an open foot. The reason you want that front foot open is because you got to open your hips to throw forehand. So if you run up and you stride out and you land closed on that front foot, you're not going to be able to open your hips as easy or at all. You're going to throw here and you're going to have restriction from all of this because the front foot is perpendicular to the fairway. So when you're striding out, as you come in and you stride out, this foot lands open. Doesn't need to be straight because you still need, you need balance. So you got perpendicular, just right in the middle. But now, because that foot is open, it's going to allow your hips to open on the throw. So now, as you come through, you can see I can open my hips completely facing down the fairway now because that front foot is open. So with that front foot open, it's going to allow your arm, could power through shoulder rotation for the throw. So this front foot is just important to make sure that it lands open, so you can rotate your hips forward. But when you're throwing, let's say, I like to call a flick, basically a placement shot with your forehand. So if you're going to throw a placement shot, when you run up, a lot of times a placement shot is slower. You kind of just walk in and then throw. On a placement shot, because you're coming in slower, it's better to step on a stagger, and that'll make it easier for you to open your hips because you're going slow. So for a placement shot, you're here, and as I walk in to make the throw, I'm just here. I'm going to step open with this front foot this time. See, this time you can see my foot is open, facing down the fairway. And I'm staggered a little bit on my stance. And the reason I'm doing that is because I'm throwing so much slower that it will help you to open your hips easier. Because you can see as soon as this foot lands open, my hips are now facing, I'm facing down the fairway right here. And that'll allow me to make that little flick shot. So, like I said, so when you're throwing a forehand flick, a placement shot, you're just here. As you walk in, you just walk in straight. You'll make that shot from here. Hips are facing open. On both of those throws, your back leg comes around when you throw the disc. So on a high speed distance throw, as you come in and you land and you throw, your back leg comes around. That makes sure that you don't have any tension, back here. If you throw and your leg stays back here, it's going to tighten up your body, and you're just not going to get as much power on the throw than if you throw and let the leg come around. It'll let the body be looser and you'll get more power on the throw. And it's the same thing on the placement shot. When you're doing a little flick, you want to step through. So you're here, just going to do a little placement shot, and as you walk in, you open, you throw the shot, and this back leg comes around to the front also. Whenever pretty much whenever you throw a forehand, the back leg comes around. Because like I said, if you leave the leg back here, it's really going to kill your arm speed. Because there's weight back here, it's going to tighten up this side of your body, and you're not going to come through with, the whole force of your body on the throw. So anyways, I hope that helps describe, how your feet are working when throwing a forehand. So this is Michael out in Maui. Aloha.